Number one, ignoring the origin of the olive oil. Now, good olive oil comes from reputable regions with a tradition of quality. Look for bottles that specify a single source, like Italy, like Greece, or Spain, or Morocco, or Tunisia, instead of blended oils from multiple countries. Single origin oils almost always have better traceability and superior quality. Believe it or not, olive oil is shipped in tankers like gasoline. And believe it or not, when you see multinational oils, or you see on the label, this olive oil packed in Italy, but these are where they came from, run the other way. Even if it just mentions 2 countries of origin, that's 1 country too many. Now, before we get to number 2, if you like what we're doing here at the Dr. Gundry Podcast, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And please share with your friends and loved ones. All right, number 2, buying light olive oil. Now, don't be fooled. There's absolutely nothing light about it. The word light just refers to the flavor, not the calorie content. Light olive oil is usually heavily refined and lacks the beneficial properties of extra virgin olive oil, the polyphenols. They also tend to be blended with other inferior oils to bulk them up and lessen that bitterness that you associate with high-quality olive oil. You actually want the bitterness, and this is where the nutrients, the polyphenols, and the flavor are. So light has nothing to do with low calorie. If you see the word light, you know you're not going to get any benefit from that olive oil. Number 3, saving it for a special occasion. Now, unfortunately, olive oil does not age like fine wine or vinegar. Do not leave that fancy bottle sitting in the cupboard for years. You're wasting it. And please, when you see the fancy bottles at the grocery store or at the specialty store, and it talks about how marvelous it was and single origin and everything, please turn the bottle over and look at when the date it was bottled. Most olive oil is picked or smashed in the late fall, sometimes in early January. And it's good, quite honestly, preferably for 1 year after it's bottled. 2-year maximum. The best occasion for good olive oil is every single possible day it's in front of you. I have not been to a restaurant in France, south of France, or Italy where they do not put a bottle of olive oil on the table next to you because they assume that whatever they're going to bring you, you're going to pour the olive oil on. And I'm serious. The only purpose of food is to get olive oil in your mouth. In fact, let me give you an amazing statistic. The per capita consumption of olive oil in Greece, get ready, drum roll, is 26 liters per year. You heard that right. 26 liters per person per year. That's a half a liter of olive oil per person. Now, that's per person. A 3-year-old kid isn't having that. So that means most adults are consuming about a liter of olive oil per week. Fun fact. Now, obviously, I'm not advocating that you waste oil, but please put it on the table and use it. Number 4, plastic bottles. There is a very new popular olive oil that I'm seeing in high market grocery stores, and I'm shocked that it's sold in a plastic bottle. Olive oil is sensitive to light and heat, and plastic lets in far more light. Always opt for dark glass or metal containers to preserve the oil's integrity. If you see a high-quality olive oil in a plastic bottle, I actually would be very concerned about its quality. Now, another thing about plastic for storing olive oil. Olive oil contains acid. Believe it or not, extra virgin has nothing to do with how virgin the olive oil is, but it actually has to do with the acid content of the olive oil. Acid is notorious for leaching microplastics out of plastic. So the last thing you want is an olive oil in plastic. Do not be fooled. All right, number 5, not storing it correctly. Now, proper storage is the key. Please keep your olive oil in a cool, dark place, away from direct light and heat. Now, this prevents the oxidation and helps maintain the oil's flavor and health properties for longer. I can't tell you the number of people I see storing their best olive oil right next to the stove or over the oven where they're exposed to much higher temperatures than normal. That's the last place you want to keep it. Just don't do that. Okay, that was my top 5 olive oil mistakes, but there is one more mistake I see all the time. People generally don't know how to use their olive oil properly, especially for cooking. My recommendation is to always try and have 2 olive oils at hand. For cooking, a more readily available one that's a bit cheaper, but still very good quality, but probably doesn't have that distinct, robust flavor that usually come from what you're really looking for, like in a salad dressing or drizzling. These usually come in bigger bottles because you're going to use a lot more of it. And then have a nice high-quality olive oil that usually comes in a smaller bottle that packs all that flavor and is full of polyphenols. Now, olive oil does have a much lower smoke point than many other cooking oils. That means that at certain temperatures, it will begin to smoke. Now, high temperatures have absolutely nothing to do with its benefits or its flavor. And in fact, olive oil is the least oxidizable oil there is, far better than even avocado oil or coconut oil. The fact that it's smoking has nothing, and I repeat, nothing to do with whether it's oxidizing or not. People have been cooking with olive oil for over 5,000 years. And if it was that dangerous, we should have figured it out by now. In fact, 4 out of the 5 blue zones cook their food in olive oil. That ought to tell us something. But if you really want to spend a lot of money on high-quality olive oil that has that big power of polyphenols, don't waste it for sautéing. Save that for the end. Use a less expensive but high-quality olive oil for your sizzling.
More amazing episodes just like this one. Watch now. Well, the truth is, olive oil is one of the absolute best things for your health. And I want to share the word with as many people as possible.